Disclaimer: this video contains spoilers of Stray. This video goes in depth and analyzes many aspects of the game, including the ending. Please finish this game before watching. You have been warned. When Stray first got announced 2 years ago back in 2020, I've been waiting for it ever since. After completing it earlier this week, I was blown away. So much that I thought, I need to come back to YouTube for this. I need to talk about this masterpiece. By now you've probably heard of the newly released adventure game that lets you play as a furry feline in a world inhabited by robots. At least, that's what it's advertised as. Little do you know going into it that the game is a tragic horror story with one main objective: escape. In a really weird way, I would describe this game as somewhat of a mix of Resident Evil and Metal Gear Solid. The game blends futuristic and horror elements fantastically, and as the story develops, that's when you truly begin to notice how horrific the events of the game are. The most tragic, heart-wrenching event doesn't happen in the middle or at the end of the game, but rather at the very start, within the first 5 minutes. You play as this orange cat, playing and having fun with his cat friends, and then, after doing some exploring with them, the cat makes a leap of faith, and the pipe that he lands on gives way underneath his paws, and he falls, grasping onto a ledge, looking up with sad, helpless eyes as his friends, who are all watching him as he loses his grip, plummeting into the darkness. As a cat lover, this scene and the one that follows was extremely difficult to watch. It really puts the dark aspects of this game into perspective. The cat falls deep into a sewer and can barely stand up. He limps around for a little bit and collapses on the spot. After some unknown amount of time has passed, the cat regains his strength and wakes up, venturing deeper into the city. The cat finds and powers up a robotic drone that helps you along the way by translating cryptic language and guiding you. You begin to uncover the city's inhabitants and the secrets of the past. There are no humans in this city, only robots. You learn that humanity was wiped out by a plague. This gives a feeling of one of the major themes present throughout the game: being alone. The cat is separated from his friends and family at the very beginning, and even though he is surrounded by robotic creatures, he's still a stray. At first, they are strangers to the cat. The robots even fear the cat, thinking he is one of the Zurks, a small insect-like creature that serves as the main enemy in the game. The cat never sticks around long enough in one place to become close friends to any of the robots, but at the same time, when the cat has to say goodbye to certain robots, it feels bittersweet, like saying goodbye to a friend. The poor cat is alone in this giant scary city, with no humans, friends, or family. Or is he? There is one character in particular that stays with him throughout the majority of the city. The drone that he powered, named B12. But even then, the drone is just a robot, right? Wrong. Near the end of the game, that drone recovers his memory and realizes that he was once human. A human scientist that uploaded his conscience to a computer. The cat powered up the drone and transferred that conscience into it. The cat was traveling with a human this entire time and was never truly alone, until the second most heart-wrenching event. This time, moments before escaping the city, near the end of the game. B12 the drone realizes that opening the city will fry his system and shut him down forever, but he decides to do it anyway, for the robots, and for the cat. The cat's only friend gets shut down, and the cat nuzzles up to him to share one last moment, and to say goodbye as the city is opening up around them. The cat walks up, and to the outside world, and turns back to look at the city one last time, before turning away and heading out into the world to find his cat friends. The cat is now more free than ever, but now he is truly alone. And the game ends there. There is no joyful reunion. We never get to see the cat, and if he finds his friends. We don't even get to see what the outside world looks like. It's a bittersweet ending. But the cat did accomplish the primary goal, however, which was to escape. The goal of the game isn't to find the cat's friends, it's to escape the walled city 99, a city of horror. And the cat does just that. He manages to escape. I've discussed the idea of the cat being alone, But now I want to go into detail of the horror element that this game has, because trust me, there are some things I left out. So let's rewind a bit. Being alone is just one of the horror elements this game has. Another is the enemy, the Zurks. These creatures latch onto the cat and try to eat it, so naturally, the cat does what cats do best: run really fast. There are multiple chase scenes where the only thing the cat can do is run away. The cat cannot fight or use its claws, only run. This gameplay aspect reminds me a lot of other horror games such as Outlast, where you can only run from everything, and moments in Resident Evil, where you have no ammo left and all you can do is run. The cat gets helplessly pursued by the Zurks, that is, until he comes across one robot named Doc, who has a device called the Defluxer, capable of killing the Zurks, and gives it to the cat by wiring it into the B-12 drone. The cat basically is a gun now. Okay, it's an ultraviolet flashlight, but still, it's basically a gun. It's great at killing Zurks, until the gun breaks a few chapters later, and all you can do is run again. And that's it. It never gets repaired. It's a tease. You get to use it for a few sections and then it breaks. That's it. It feels like when you get the shotgun in Resident Evil, but then run out of bullets 10 minutes later. You feel unstoppable. The game gives you something amazing and then takes it away from you to break you down again. This is a common theme in the horror genre, and I absolutely love it. Now it's time to talk about the most terrifying part of Stray, the be-all end-all that defines it as true survival horror. If you didn't believe me up until now, if you thought I was full of crap so far, this might convince you that Stray can be classified as the hidden gem horror game of the decade. In the middle of the game, in the sewer chapter, during a chase sequence, out of nowhere, the cat discovers these massive eyes growing on the sides of the walls. Since it happens during a chase, the game gives you no time to comprehend what they are or what you're looking at. It's basically, what the heck are those? But I can't stop, I'm being chased. After the chase scene, you go into a small circular room with multiple eyes and one massive eye on the wall. These are never explained and you never see them in the city again. They are only present in the sewer, but they seem to be spreading and growing. Fast forward again to the end of the game, where the cat opens the city and walks outside to the world. That's what we're left with. Questions. What are the eyes? Is there humanity outside the walls? And because of a screen flickering at the final sequence before the credits, could B-12 the drone's conscience still be alive? One theory is that he uploaded his conscience to the entire city before he got shut down. And about those eyes, if they really were growing and spreading throughout the sewer, did the cat just unleash them to the outside world? It's possible that the plague was contained in the walled city, and that by opening the city, the cat unleashed it to the world. We may never know. Am I satisfied with this ending? Yes. I think that being open-ended is the right way to conclude it. I also don't think there should be a full-blown sequel either. Sequels rarely ever do as well as the original, and I think it might ruin the experience. I think there should either be DLC or a prequel. Those could be very interesting. And maybe a comic. I think a Stray comic could do very well. For now, however, we'll be thankful the cat managed to escape. He might be alone, but at least he's alive. And perhaps one day, he'll be reunited with his forever family and friends.